Hey everybody, happy Halloween, and welcome to Threeflings, the only show on Twitch with 3 or 4 overpowered tieflings who are not serving as players tonight. Threeflings began as a collection of one-shot adventures from the Emmy Award-winning UNCAGED Anthology, but forget all that, because we're done with that. However, it's still mildly relevant, because those characters will still be here. They're just all being played by one person. Tonight is our Halloween special, and we are playing Bring Down the House by Charles Jamie Linton. It will have a couple of content warnings. I'll just drop those in the chat. It's basically going to be Beetlejuice level scares. There's going to be probably some spiders, insects, gore, discussion of death and undeath, and a mention of drowning. So if any of those are going to be triggers for you, feel free to duck out. And we look forward to seeing you next month, because we are taking the month of November off. So without further ado, let's meet our GM. Zan, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Zan. Tonight, I'm going to be playing multiple things. I will be playing not only the Threeflings that are going to be present for this adventure, I am also playing the inhabited house. So, we will get to descriptions on that in a minute. I think I'll throw it over to Ink to introduce the ghost that is inhabiting this house. Each of the players are playing different ghosts.
Hello, I am Ink, and tonight I am not playing your Warlock, Far Queen, Shadow Sorceress Ophelia. Tonight I am playing a haunted Cloak of Protection. And what other details do you want for me to describe this?
Basically describe a bit about your spirit. Maybe how you died, maybe maybe a bit of their motivation.
Okay. The person that I am playing who is inhabiting this Cloak of Protection was a basically foolhardy warrior, very excited, very running into battle, not caring sort of type. And that was both a blessing and a curse, quite literally. And now he is stuck inside of a Cloak of Protection.
Let's throw it over to Draz for the next spirit then.
Hello, I'm Draz. Today I'll not be playing Vitario Gloomstalk Ranger, but rather I will be playing Adara's Vorpal Sword, which has been damaged, still has remnants of damage from the verdigris.
Rust Dragon? Yes.
Yeah, all the rust damage. The sword is haunted by the ghost that possessed Adara, that nearly beheaded Ophelia. And now it nearly got that beheading. You know, the ghost inside has a thirst for violence.
Oh,
Even
I love
more.
that.
Just an incredible amount of violence.
You're like, almost decapitated Ophelia. But you didn't.
And last but not least, Jess, what sort of spirit are you playing tonight?
Hey, I was having issues opening a program. I am playing a cap of water breathing, because, you know, the thing that the Threeflings love is caps of water breathing. They can't get enough of them. I am the ghost of a man who was drowned in a pond, or maybe a fountain, maybe by a Rusalka, maybe by a Threef. Maybe he drowned in a pool of children's blood. And he got lost on his way to the other realm and figured, you know, the way to not get drowned ever again is to be in a cap of water breathing.
Okay. So, now that we have introduced your ghosts and your objects, the reason your ghosts were moving around freely in this cottage until very recently. The reason you had to suddenly inhabit objects is because this cottage, which had been abandoned for quite some time, suddenly has residents. and for some reason, that means all of the spirits are trapped inside of an object. So, now, you have to figure out how to get the living out of the house in order for you all to move freely again. Some of you may have actually grudges against the certain people who are now residing in this house. We have Idara, Shai, Ophelia, and Vittori. Since this is Ophelia's cottage on the edge of a cemetery, I think we should get the description of the first room, the one that the Threeflings are in, from Ink.
Hey, because it is a small cottage on the edge of town, there is not a lot of large kind of foyer space you'd see in other old abandoned haunted mansions, because apparently they're all huge for some reason. Like, no one's ever just haunted an apartment. And in that it is kind of like the front room that leads into the living room. So it's got like some side tables. It's got like an old, like, my mind went like the grandmother floral embroidery like that on a couch.
So it's a little like a sunroom.
Yeah, basically. It has got like dust, like a thin layer of dust all over the place. There are like tall oil lamps to illuminate the room, but otherwise is just kind of filled with mundane living room furniture, and then like a rack for your coat and shoes.
Okay, so a little neglected, but still looking very homely. The Threefs are not afraid at all. Are any of your objects situated in this room of the house, or are you in other areas? I will say, I'm going to describe a couple other rooms right now. Let's say there's a small kitchen, plenty of knives and forks and other kind of stabby implements in the kitchen. That might be useful to you, might not, just depending on how you want to go with your haunting abilities. But I bet it's a lot like the sunroom. It's kind of like quaint, but with a layer of dust. So, just a little bit on the neglected side. Maybe there's a bit of water damage because nobody's been around to do some of the maintenance that needed to be kept up. But overall, it's not that scary. It's just a little bit worn.
I think it'll be funny for the sword to be near all the cutlery, because that makes so many questions. Like, why?
Someone just put the
something using like a sword.
Someone put the Vorpal sword next to the cutting board.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the people that like you see online that are like cutting watermelons with like katanas for fun.
That's Idara right there. So yeah, I bet that's why she left it there.
I will probably have my cloak of protection just lounging on the coat rack, kind of just hanging there, and it is like an older embroidered kind of cloak. It's just like hanging out.
By the only exit that we have so far. Good choice.
Thank you.
I think we will also have, as a room, there's gotta be a creepy basement. Has to be. Like a larder with dried herbs, dried flowers. Maybe that's where you make like wreaths for some of the cemetery offerings, things like that. So it's definitely on the creepy side, especially with all the dust. I bet there's spider webs, cobwebs, and it's dark down there. There's a broken lamp, so it's not necessarily going to be easy to light down there unless you're shy. So we'll see who ventures down there. What would you all like to try to do as your first move in trying to scare the living out of the house? Right now they're sitting in the sunroom having maybe a luncheon, cup of tea, something like that. They're relaxing.
I'd like to think that they did not wipe away the dirt. Dust. They just like...
I mean, when you're tired and you're hungry, you just kind of want to eat, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, they'll work on fixing up the house later. They're obviously settling in here to stay for a while, which is probably why you're getting concerned.
Let's see.
I want to try... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Seeing them and remembering what was done to me. I want to try and get them to put me on. Because maybe I can get out.
Oh, you're gonna try and lure one of them in? Are you just going to throw a lure out at all of them and see who bites, or are you trying to lure someone specifically?
You lure out like a fishing rod.
Ophelia has the smallest horns. But Shy's horns are curvy and will not damage the cap that I'm in. I think I'm gonna try and lure Ophelia. And just like, I'm covered in dust. None of the Threefs like caps of water breathing, but I don't know that. So I'm just gonna try and be like, oh, such a useful cap am I.
So fashionable, even. You're going
useful.
to, like, make yourself look a little bit shiny. Okay, make your roll.
Just what kind of hat are you? Are you just like a swimming cap, or are you like a different kind of hat?
So I know the caps of water breathing are like swimming hats. So I would like to think that I am a swimming hat that has like sparkly, almost mermaid scales on it. Or dragon scales.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
okay.
I am a useful thing. You should totally
Very
wear
shiny.
me around the house.
You wear a swimming cap around the house, a very normal thing to do.
Totally normal
You know
thing
what?
to do. Let me control you like a ratatouille.
I was gonna... He's doing the ratatouille! I was gonna say, you say like, oh, it's a normal thing to wear around the house, as if we don't have like Adara who has never covered her torso once in her life.
I mean, that's not covering up something, but this is a swimming cap, which, you know, usually you only wear if you're going swimming.
Like I said, there are weirder things we've done.
Yes.
That is one success.
Yay.
Okay, so, I'm going to say that that's enough that Ophelia picks you up and is kind of like fiddling around trying to decide whether or not to put the cap on. But you have now successfully lured Ophelia into coming closer.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches love hats. I knew I could get that bitch to pick up a hat.
Oh.
Our client, Fred the Frog, eyes swimming hat, there is no Kermit.
Anyone else?
Yes. So my, I don't know if you're gonna let me do this, but my main, thing that I had plans on is that because I'm on a coat rack, I want the coat rack to fall over, and I want, kind of like the main thing to be that, it falls over, which is kind of weird in and of itself, but then it's like, oh, there's a cloak on there. What's up? Like, is this...
That is something...
Yeah.
That is something you can do.
Oh, do I have to roll to keep looking innocuous, by the way?
You should, but I'm gonna let it pass this time because you were just looking shiny, so
Okay.
I think that I'm gonna let that one pass this time. You weren't actively trying to do anything.
Okay. So I'll keep my score at 0 for that then, if you would like.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm not
So,
obviously
if you're going to
malevolent.
actively move the coat rack to make it fall over and make a noise, make a lure roll.
How many is it? Would you... Oh, this is for lore. Okay, so that's 4. Alright. Okay, I got, what is it? It's 3 successes, 1 failure.
Ooh, okay. So, the rack falls over with a clatter, and it works very well. You get the attention of everyone. I'm gonna say Ophelia accidentally drops the hat for a moment.
Oh
no! And they all turn to look at the coat rack and realize that it's fallen over. And they're all looking around. Make a roll to still look innocuous, because you have definitely gotten their attention. But
is that a presence thing? Or what is that necessarily?
Okay. You roll, and it's, you should... Okay, I'm trying to remember exactly how it works. Look at me, looking up the rules real quick.
It's okay,
I think
that's
you
how
just
we
have
do
to
this here.
roll under a 1 right now, since your obvious malevolence.
Yeah.
So you have to roll
Because
a
it's-
D6 under a 1?
D12.
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 I was gonna say, how do I get an under a 1 on us?
Well, it's like your obvious malevolence will increase
from
at
0
this
to 1.
point.
Yeah. Okay. And this is... So then it's just rolling a D12, and then what is it that I'm going for? Like like a 6 and under?
You have to roll over your maleficence. So
Yeah.
It's just above a 1, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's going to be really easy right now to get away with stuff, but the more
Yep.
you keep doing, the more people are going to notice.
Okay. So I got a 5, so we're
Nice.
good.
We're good. So
Awesome.
they just examine the rack and figure that one of the legs is a little bit wobbly, so they stand it up again. And I'm gonna say Vittori gives you a little pet, like kind of remembering, oh yeah, cloak of protection, I remember that kind of thing.
Yeah, I Vittori got it from the Cransley adventure.
Yes. Despite everything else in this living room looking like dust and moth-eaten and kind of old, this cloak looks fantastic.
Yep. It's like, well, that's a thing. I remember that. And so they go back to what they're doing. Do you want to continue to push the envelope, or perhaps work together? I'm going to say Ophelia picks the water cap back up, but still doesn't put it on yet. Shy might take a look in the kitchen, trying to look for jam for some scones.
I was gonna say, probably the only thing that's still good in this house is gonna be preserves. That's probably gonna be the only...
Yep.
Yeah, that is true.
But will she find it in the kitchen, or will she have to go to the basement?
I don't know.
Let's see.
There's probably something there's probably some in the kitchen that's there, but it's probably been out for like 5 years, because we're like, oh yeah, I'll come back and I'll put it away when I'm done with it, and then you just kind of left it there because you forgot about it. Because much like me, it seems like our characters have ADHD.
Yep. So I'm gonna say that Shy will definitely notice one of those cracked open jars that is definitely no good anymore, and kind of look around, rummaging through cupboards.
Yeah, while Shy's back is turned, I think I'm gonna make the sword just tumble to the ground in a clutter and like bring some cutlery with it as well, so like makes a crashing sound.
Ooh, are you going to be actively trying to harm, or are you
It's
trying
a
to
scare.
scare? Ooh, okay. Roll for scare.
Christ. That is 2 successes.
Okay, you successfully managed to bring 1 or 2 more forks with you, but it isn't quite the clatter you were expecting. You managed to push yourself over the counter, though. Shy does jump and whirl around real fast, but seems to get over the scare fairly well. But you've definitely caused a reaction. She's looking at you kind of suspiciously, though. Make a roll to seem innocuous.
So, well, I wonder. I'll roll on this d12. I got a 12, so yeah, that's a success.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, she kind of laughs to herself and puts you back on the counter and probably yells something about Adara about not taking care of her weapons because,
Buddy.
yeah, she just found the Vorpal sword next to the cutting board. What the hell, Adara? So Adara now comes to the kitchen as well. So that means that the party kind of has officially been split. They're now in 2 rooms. What would you like to do? What would you like to do next?
Since Ophelia is alone, I want to, and she hasn't put me on, she's just holding me. I want to make sounds like the ocean, so she'll put me up to her ear.
Ooh, make a lure roll.
Okay.
I love that this water breathing hat has just become a conch shell.
Yeah. I'm like
hello. ASMR.
Wow. I'm going to trade out my dice. I have a lure of 5, and that is... Oh, no, wait. I have a lure of 4. Let me re-roll that and remove a die. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This just did not counting has given you an advantage because you get to do this again.
Okay. I have 2 successes.
Okay, yes. I'm going to say that Ophelia not only brings you up to her ear for a moment, she actually does put you on.
Yes! I can eat your head.
And screws her rogue teeth and just...
I was gonna say, I think mimic hats would be very funny because it's just like a Venus flytrap like engulfing your whole head.
I would like to try and suffocate her face.
Oh yes, please try.
Even, like, giving her a moment to, like, lower her guard.
Oh yeah, I should do that. I'm not a smart man.
Well, at least roll for being innocuous again, because you did.
That's 11.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Ooh, things are clipping along.
Where's Vittori, just out of curiosity?
Sounds like the
Vittori's
ocean.
holding the cloak.
Oh, Vittori is by the coat rack. Still.
Oh yes, Vittori is still by the coat rack. Yes. Okay. I will say, because I mentioned that this looks very nice, I would like to imagine that much like Adara's like engraved shield, it has kind of beadwork kind of narrative on the bottom that's been embroidered into it. And it is specifically dealing with kind of like the... What is it? What is the word that I'm looking for? It kind of deals with an incredibly unexpected turn of events in a fight in which the person who looks as though they are going to lose is then able to overpower and outsmart who they are fighting.
Ooh.
And I would like this to imply that this cloak is much more powerful than a normal cloak of protection.
Ooh.
Ooh, so something desirable. Something that maybe Vittori missed how powerful this cloak of protection was. Maybe
it could have given them more AC.
Maybe it's both AC and intelligence, you never know.
Okay. So you're trying another lure?
Mm-hmm.
All right, make a roll.
Okay, I only have one success out of that then. I went from like
Okay.
fantastic rolls to like nothing.
So
I love that.
I'm going to say Vittori's not as interested in embroidery as you were hoping. And Vittori's instead kind of like turning back around and noticing Ophelia has the cap of water breathing on. Just kind of going, oh, Ophelia, why are you wearing that? Are we going swimming? What's going on?
Mrs. Feeling, you have fat hat.
I was gonna say, Jess, if you are willing to collaborate with me on this, I would be happy to have like the cloak try to put itself on Vittori.
Yeah, I was thinking that you were like gonna like leap onto Victoria's back or something.
Yeah, it's one of those things where as soon as Jess was like the kind of the put on the hat thing, I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like when you put on a hoodie and it's like a little bit too tight to your throat, and you're like, wow, this is really uncomfortable, but it's like never going away.
Okay. Yeah, simultaneous action. Looks like we could do that.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I guess I will try and distract Vittori so that you can leap on Vittori.
Yes.
So I'll just do some more like
Okay.
Sparkle a bit more.
sparkly.
Yeah.
I sound like the ocean.
Shiny.
It's like the idea of like there's like visible sparkles around Ophelia's head now.
Like the crown of stars. Except
Yeah.
it's coming from me.
Okay. So make a concurrent lure and attack roll. Lure and harm, or lure and... Or what kind of roll are you trying to make, Ink?
In a way,
You're-
I want it to be like, it's not overall going to hurt Vittori, but I want it to be kind of like a thing where she doesn't notice, but then as soon as she does, she's like, wow, that's really weird. I don't like that. No, please.
Okay, so let's call that an et al roll, because you aren't trying to harm, but you're not exactly trying to scare, you're just trying to make a move that might pay off later. So I want both of you to roll on your successive actions.
I got
know
three
how you want me to roll
successes,
this.
one of which was a 6. I don't know if a 6 is extra special or not.
Also,
I
don't
think
know
for
how
this,
you-
I
Go
think
ahead.
for the something else, you choose which
Okay.
stat you want to use for the roll.
Okay, sure.
And really, the stats you use depends on like how you do it anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
so-
why I was asking Zan if she had an idea as to what she wanted me specifically to roll. I'm gonna do presence just because I would like it to be like a don't seem suspicious kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Smarty is present for like not making a presence rather than like doing a lot
Yeah.
of presence.
Oh, and both of those fail. Wonderful.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Yeah, you leap towards it or you just like land on
Okay.
the
Which
I'm
I'm fine
going to
with too.
say, since this was a joint effort, I'm going to say the cloak does make its way onto Vittori's shoulders, but Vittori's a lot more freaked out about it than you wanted. Both of you
like-
get a point of malice for that, because you were working together, and they're now getting a bit suspicious of your behavior.
I like to think what happened is that like the cloak like touched the back of Vittori and then like slumped down to the ground, and like the sensation of that on her back is, you know, that would be really creepy.
And I'm going to make a roll. Oh,
The house.
okay. The house is sympathetic to you. I'm going to say that both of
The
you
house
get
hates
another
feminists.
point of malice. so you now have 2 points of malice.
As soon as you said the house hates feminist, I was like, oh, mansplain, malice, manslaughter.
Yes! Oh, what was it? I kept talking about Daemon Targaryen, where it was mansplain, manslaughter, male wife.
Yep. I like it how if you read the actual like rules for this, one of the harmful stats is the occupants turn on the High School Musical soundtrack.
Yep. Because evidently that makes them all unafraid and happy, and I'm just like, no, that I'm.
That
Okay.
reminds me of high school. That makes me more upset.
I kind of love that.
Who doesn't?
All right. So since that move happened, Vittori, what would you like to? Not Vittori.
I definitely Victoria has no autonomy in this situation.
Draz, what move would your spirit like to make?
Okay, so Adara is like coming towards me, right? I think I want to lure her closer, just to like be like, because like I recognize her and be like, remember me? Except I only have a lure of one, so this will go really well.
Oh,
Let's
buddy,
go for
please
it.
don't turn off.
She has succeeded. It's fine.
You never know. You can succeed. Like I had 4 dice to roll earlier, and only one of them succeeded.
Yeah. I kind of like shake a bit to like make the like light glint off my blade, so that she like moves in closer to me and see like. To see, like, oh yeah, that is my vorpal sword that I left behind. Why did I put this on the cutting board again? And like, maybe like I don't, unlike the others, because I'm not like a worn item. I don't necessarily. I think like there are 2 ways I could go about this. I could either like I think my sword is thinking it's over. Of like, either I wait until she gets really close to me and then I'll just like stab her. Okay, actually, I'm on the floor now, so I think I do want Dara to try and pick me up.
Okay.
Maybe I can make a Dara turn against the others again.
Let's see.
Oh,
I will say you'd have to end up with a lot of malice points in if you were going to say try and possess Adara.
That's true. Oh, does one get my... Alright, when things don't go that way, okay. Ironically, I'm doing too well. You want me to roll again?
Oh, sorry. What was the result?
A 5.
Oh, so you succeed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't take much to get Adara to go over and pick up a sword.
Legit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So Adara picks up the sword and is just like, oh yeah, I'm remembering, and kind of like swishes it around a little bit, and there's Shy backing away slowly.
This is why we don't allow weapons at the dinner table.
Is there anything that Adara might want to, chop with the vorpal sword, or do you want to persuade her to chop anything in the kitchen?
Chop up Shy!
See, I'm got like the watermelon thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, inexplicable watermelon on the counter.
2 different genders. Let's chop a watermelon.
Watermelon
Let's chop
and
our
person.
friend.
Do I need to roll to make her to see how well she slices, or?
You would have to I'd say roll to lure again,
Okay.
to get her to try and chop something.
Okay. That is another 5. Damn. This dice really.
All right.
All right. Okay.
So there's Adara all of a sudden chopping through a broken chair. Shy's a bit concerned. The noise is heard from the other rooms. Everyone's kind of concerned right now. I don't want to give you a point of malice for this because it's really Adara. I'm gonna give Adara a point of malice.
I love the idea that Ophelia has invited Adara into the house, and the first thing Adara goes is, "Oh, cool sword," and then tries to cut the dining room
Let
table
me
in
chop
half.
up your house.
Yep. All right. I'd say roll for innocuous again, but
Did maybe Maleficent? I'm just gonna say Maleficent. Malevolence go up, or is it still at 1? Did
you
it
have
go
to
up?
roll under in order for it to go up.
No,
So
I
if
mean
you're
like,
at
like points go up, or because I don't think I think I'm still at 0. So did it go up to 1?
Yeah, it starts at 0.
Either wait, I know it did go up 1 before, or
I'd say
I'm up to 5, so I still
I'd say
see.
just for being in Adara's hand, your malevolence probably goes up by 1.
Okay.
Just because.
Why not? I'm just
It's like no unsheathed blade is going to be innocuous in the hands of Adara.
Yeah, that's true.
Not completely.
Oh god, the way that I said Adara just wanting to chop the kitchen table in half, and then I think of like all those house fixing up shows where it's just people going at it like with a sledgehammer in the kitchen, but that's like Adara.
Yes, exactly.
We love it here.
So next thing, it kind of a boon for you two in the other room because the noises from the kitchen are definitely far more concerning than the strange apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well, still being, very shiny and appealing because everyone needs a cap of water breathing to wear around their home. I want to make it just a little bit hard to breathe.
Just a little?
Not enough to die.
Are you going...
but enough where maybe if Ophelia was like, oh, maybe this cap of water breathing gives you gills or something. Maybe I should be in the water.
Ooh. You decide whether that's a lure or a harm.
Don't be suspicious, but it's don't be suspicious.
It's probably a harm since I'm kind of giving her an asthma attack.
Yeah, okay, let's go for harm.
That too, character.
Do you want me to roll presence or lure with harm?
Let's go presence. I think this is kind of more physical.
Okay. Presence. I'm a hat. I'm great at that. I'm okay at that. That's a 6. That's 1 success.
Nice. All right, so you do succeed in constricting Ophelia's breathing a bit. I'm
sorry,
going to say
Ophelia.
that's pretty scary, and but Ophelia kind of may attribute that to the dust. Roll for innocuous.
Okay.
I was gonna say, there are worse things that have happened at this point, so
Yeah,
I don't think that this is necessarily the worst part of her life.
I'm still good. I think, which one has the line on it, a 6 or a 9? Whichever one that is. It's
depends on where the line is. If
Bottom means the bottom.
it's at
so
the
that's-
bottom, it's a sit. Yeah.
It's.
It
I
depends on
think
where the
it's,
line is.
Yeah.
it was that one. So whatever.
That's a 9.
Okay.
That's a 9.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
Cool. My score was a 2 anyway, so I was fine.
Yeah.
Or a 3. It was a 3. So I was still okay. But now I know how to read numbers better.
Whoa. I
doesn't
love
help.
that, like, we're using a system that doesn't mean we have to do maths, and yet...
And yet, I've still found a way to fuck it up.
I was gonna say, it really does not help.
Ophelia safely attributes the slight breathing problem to dust, and will go see what's going on in the kitchen. After all, it's her house, and that did not sound like a good thing going on.
Tara cutting up furniture.
Even if
thieves
it's
go to
broken furniture,
IKEA.
it's...
Gosh.
Alright, so... what do our cloak and... what does our cloak want to do? Do you want to just stay on Vittori and try and be as innocuous as possible?
Yeah, I think I just want it to be like a very casual thing. I will say though, when Vittoria enters if Vittoria decides to go to the kitchen too, I want them to be like, "Oh, nice! Where'd you find that? Nice,
Okay.
cool."
So I'd say make a lure roll for as she's entering the kitchen in order to be appealing to the other threefs.
I swear to God, if I roll terribly again and I somehow have 4 of these, I'm gonna lose.
Sorry.
Wow. Okay, one of those is a 6, one of those is a 2, and one of those is a 1, and the other one is a 5. So 2 successes, 2 failures.
Okay. I'm going to say that yes, you look fancy, but you might be looking faintly sinister now. So, you get some, like, half-hearted compliments to Vittori, who's just kind of, finding the compliments interesting, but is still a little bit concerned about this cloak. You've kind of convinced yourself that maybe you took it off the rack, but you could have sworn that the cloak just landed on your shoulders, and you have no idea how.
Don't worry about
Meanwhile, the house decides that there's another room. There's a study now, full of books.
Shy's favorite thing.
Exactly.
Love
Like
that.
full of books, bookshelves. There's some comfy couches. Maybe somebody could fall asleep in there, and you know,
wake up.
possibly. All depends. So as soon as Shy knows that there's a study, that's exactly where Shy's going. She has completely abandoned her quest for jam and has decided to go read a book instead because really she wants to get away from the noise of the kitchen.
There are a lot of people in there now. I'm not sure how much room
yes.
there.
Yes, there are. Who wants to go next?
The ghost in the bauble sword has some ideas that involve the study, but like, But like, I feel like Adara like either will like go to the study after Shy or she won't, and I don't think there is a good way for the sword to like nudge her that way. Like I could tug her that way, but I feel like it would make more sense narrative wise to like see how if Adara goes willingly or not. I think.
Adara going willingly to the library? That's a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Adara is going to probably either stay in the kitchen or, you know, go out back and chop wood because, you know, that sounds like a great idea to do with the vorpal sword right now.
Adara, but it's one of those thirst trap wood cutting Instagram posts.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. Yep, this is basically Adara going, fuck you, I'm illiterate, and just going outside to chop wood in a very bisexual manner.
Hell yeah. I will also note that, like, when the Bulbasaur notices Ophelia, it does remember. It remembers what it nearly did.
Remembers.
It's like...
It's like, do you want to try and make a subtle harm roll?
I can even help with it. I can do a...
Honestly, how do you subtly cut someone's head off?
I mean, it doesn't have to be cutting the head off. It could be something like maybe upsetting Adara's balance a little bit so that
she falls into someone and stabs her.
Yeah,
and it's like, and you will be blamed because after all, Idara is holding the sword, right? This is perfect.
Yeah, I'll
Who
just
wants a haircut?
Yeah, and so many good things to do, and yeah, I think the sword will make a subtle jolt in Adara's hands towards Ophelia to see if the sword can trip Adara's balance, and would that be presence? I think that's presence.
Yes, I'll say
Which means
presence.
we have to roll 5 dice.
And
That is 3 successes.
I guess I don't need to help, but I will anyway. By doing, I don't know if this would be harm or lure, because I wanted to keep Ophelia distracted by either continuing to difficult her breathing, or just by, oh my god, did the captions turn off again? Pixel chat, you are the bane of my life right now. Either continuing to give her breathing problems, or just increase the ocean sounds.
Ooh, yeah, let's say that's a lure.
Okay.
Sleeping whale noises increase.
Okay, that's 1 success.
Okay, I'm going to say that both of your malevolence increases.
Yep.
But Ophelia does get injured and is now fairly scared. But roll for innocuous to see whether or not she's scared that something's going on, or whether she's scared of Adara at this point.
Ooh.
That's a 12. She's scared of Adara, not me.
I'm actually going to say that both Ophelia and Adara are scared right now, because Adara's having flashbacks, and Adara's just like, oh my god, I didn't mean it. I don't know what happened, but that wasn't me, and Ophelia is not quite believing it. Shy fucked off to the library, and
let us tear these women apart.
Yeah.
See, my thought, which is why I was thinking about wondering if Adara would move to the library, was making Adara and Shy fight, but this also works.
Yeah, this is really tense atmosphere right now. If you want to throw more scares out there, that could definitely happen. It's remember, you can use environment as well to try and kind of get the heat off of you.
I thought we could only use our object. Then I would like to make all the lights go out.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, Adara has blind fighting, so she'll be fine. But
they all have dark vision.
Or instead of them going out, I would like them to flicker very quickly.
This is some Scooby-Doo shit.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, so you are trying to scare?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Is that lure or presence?
I think this is going to be presence.
Okay.
Because you're not luring them anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, you're trying to...
That's a 5. That's 1 success.
Okay. So the lights definitely do flicker. And the atmosphere is getting more tense. And Adara at this point is just like, I'm just gonna go outside and chop wood. I can't be in here right now, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go. So, however, Vorpal Sword, if you go outside of the house, you are effectively out of the game.
Oh, so
Yes. So how this works is that you're all inhabiting this haunted place. It does say in the game rules that if you are taken out of the house, then you are basically cut off and trapped in your objects, so you are no longer a problem. Though granted, Adara isn't aware that you're a possessed sword at this point, but you would be outside the house's influence, so you would effectively be out of the game until Adara decides to bring you back inside, if she does.
Interesting.
So would you do something to prevent Adara from going out of the house?
I guess I could, like, what's the layout of the house like? Because, like, how far away is the back of the house? Like, how many rooms does the Adara have to get through to, like, get to the back door?
Good question. I'd say at least 2.
Okay. I think right now the sword won't do anything because I feel like it would be much more obvious if, like, the sword went for another swing immediately. I think more subtlety is needed here, so I think the sword is going to bide its time, see, like, where Adara is taking it.
I will do something because I live for chaos. I am now going to pull the mimic trigger and start eating Ophelia's head.
Go for it!
I love it.
One success. That's a 6.
Oh yeah, go with that thing.
Munch,
Like a baby.
munch.
Munch. I will say that Ophelia is really freaking out right now and is on the verge of fleeing the house, which is what you want. So does anyone else want to possibly make a move against Ophelia right now?
I didn't specifically want it to be against Ophelia, but I wanted it to be against both Vittori and Ophelia. I want the cloak to kind of flap a little bit so that it feels like there is cold air coming throughout the room for no reason, without the windows open.
Okay, so you're trying to scare using another effect.
Yes.
Roll, please.
Okay.
I'd say this is presence.
Yeah, I was gonna do.
I feel so bad. We're all picking on Ophelia in her own house.
It's okay, I failed both of these, don't worry about it.
Alright, I'm going to roll for the house. House is very meh.
Okay.
and I say that because I rolled a 3, and it's like 3 and the 4, it's like the house is a biblet to whatever you're doing, and there I am going, but I think specifically the house might care that Ophelia is in danger.
This is Ophelia's house.
So, exactly. And I think it would be fantastic if a trapdoor just kind of like opened under Ophelia and she just dropped into like the laundry room in the basement.
Again, Scooby-Doo shit.
Scooby-Doo shit. So Ophelia like disappears from the kitchen, and
oh hey buddy. Now
right
I'm in the
before
basement.
Vittori's eyes.
Oh my god. I have a question. There is a lot of noise being generated right as Adara is leaving. Do you think Adara noticed and like goes back?
Oh, Adara would notice.
Adara has a passive
think-
perception of 33.
That's
I was
true.
gonna say, but is it Adara thinking something is happening, or is it just Adara thinking, oh yeah, back on our bullshit?
Yeah, I think both the cap and the cape right now have an added point of malevolence, and Adara is turning back to go into the kitchen. Does the purple sword want to do something?
I think the Vorpal Sword is too far away from the others to do something, but I just want to know if Adara's like, wait, what the fuck? Or if she's just like...
But do you want to do something to Adara while you're separated from the others?
Yeah, I think, like, I think the sword's still biding its time, I think. If Adara is continuing on her way versus if she goes back and, like, tries to help, like, Ophelia get out of the basement.
Or you can make her trip and impale herself.
I was gonna say, cut off Adara's ponytail. That's her favorite thing.
Oh. She's still trying to continue to the back of the house. What is the next room?
The next room, I'm going to say, since this is Ophelia, it's going to be a laboratory of some sort. Probably more like an herbalist laboratory, so there's some kind of scientific looking equipment. There's lots of jars of things. You can't tell how viable everything is, but this isn't any kind of shit that Adara cares about anyway.
Okay, so I think, like, seeing this room, the sword will definitely, like, try and, like, swing Adara, like, try and swing towards one of the jars so that, like, it breaks and, like, whatever's inside the jar, like, spills onto Adara.
This is where Fred gets his bomb supplies.
Oh, I like this. I'm trying to get captions back on for me.
That is 3 successes.
Oh, let me send you a new link.
Everything can be a viable explosive in the right conditions. That's what I learned taking chemistry.
I was using, obviously I was using presence, and I think this is more to harm than to...
Okay.
Adara's like, this is why I don't fuck with science, this is why I don't do anything.
This is why I don't like magic.
Yeah, this is why I don't like you.
Okay, let me just... Sorry. I
was talking to Girls Run These Worlds, and they said they have these kind of problems with pixel chat, too. So, at least it's not just us.
Ooh, I'm back on.
Yay!
Okay, so, successes, and... Describe what happens when the jar falls.
Oh, God. I could make the jar do anything. But, like...
There's a lot of shit in here. This is probably a combination of both herbalism stuff and, like, volatile chemicals.
Yeah, I think so. It spills onto Adara, and then I imagine that, like... Because I don't want it to, like, this also accidentally, like, be really graphic and, like, you know... But I did drop the ball.
Thank you. I mean, okay, if you want a suggestion, I would say it's just, like, it gets all over her clothes, and Adara's like, come on, dude.
That's true, I could just do that.
Okay.
Like, now Adara smells like vinegar. Why?
Yeah, maybe, like, it hurts a bit, but, like, it smells, like, of, like... Something like there might have been some sulfur in that whatever was in that jar, because she now smells of rotten eggs.
Okay, so this is mostly harmful to Adara's senses, which might be useful, especially if you want to spring something on her that she might have noticed if her senses weren't wonky right now, because her eyes are watering, her nose is clogged up. Yeah, so let's go with that. And now Adara is looking around, looking for something to fight.
Also, it's a bit sticky.
Yeah. I'm going to say she probably accidentally knocks a couple more jars to the floor because she thinks they moved. I will say you get a point of malevolence for that.
Yeah,
but I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Alright, so Vittoria's in the kitchen. Ophelia's in the basement.
Split! They're all split!
Adara's in the laboratory. And Shai's in the study, who actually has heard the commotion, but kind of figures that it was Adara because she hears Adara cursing. She's like, oh, it's just Adara fucking off again. I think Vittoria at this point would try and find a way into the basement. Going after Ophelia.
My thought, finding myself upon Ophelia's head in the basement, was if I could. I know I can't affect the basement in its entirety on this scale. But since I am on Ophelia's head, I would like to make her think that the basement is flooded. And also like her to hear the sounds, the voices of people that she and her dad buried over the years.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Going for a major scare here. Yeah,
So
go
if the
for
basement's
it.
flooded, she'll be okay. 'Cause she's got a cap of water breathing, right?
I'm going to say at this point you get to re-roll any failures
Okay.
on this particular roll because she just ended up in a dark basement and you're going to play with the senses that she still has available.
Okay. So that's 1 success, 1 failure, and I re-rolled that failure, so that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
If I was rolling
Okay.
presence, if I was rolling lure, I'd get to roll more dice. But I think I just get to roll presence since I'm being harmful.
I say you successfully scare Ophelia into leaving the house altogether.
Yeah!
Now, I'm thinking this basement has an entrance to the outside.
Is she still
Oh, yeah,
wearing
like
it
in
when
and of
she
itself.
leaves?
Yeah,
That
I
would
have
be
a question.
trouble
Do
for
you-
me.
Do you want to
I
let
think you
go
get stuck there.
and drop down?
Yes.
Okay, so you let go and you drop down. Ophelia leaves the house. And I'm going to say probably goes for help.
Okay.
Because at this point,
It's Ophelia's
She
most
just-
hated thing. Restless dead.
yes. Yes.
Yes.
And plus she's going to check on the cemetery because she heard all of those voices and she wants to make sure
Oh yeah.
that the cemetery's not also a problem.
Ophelia looks at God. Cemetery is haunted.
Wow.
But that-
it's almost like it,
but
it's
that
almost like it
is-
happens when you put people in one spot.
Yeah.
That is one threef you don't have to worry about. You
Yeah.
have 3 more still in the house.
Is Vittori still gonna go for the basement, like hearing Ophelia freak out?
Yes, because Vittori doesn't know that there's an exit in the basement. All she knows is that she saw Ophelia drop through the floor of the kitchen and is now rushing to the basement. However,
I'm
the darkness
realizing-
of the basement does not bother Vittori.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because if
she-
Vittori's going into the basement, I would like to try to deadweight and like pull her down the stairs.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Maybe
go for it.
Downstairs, maybe.
Go for
Who-
harm.
Yeah, who wants to do the shit that I did when I was younger, aka miss a step on the basement and then just ride your ass down the rest of the stairs?
Oh no!
That's 1 success. That's 1 success. That's a 5.
Okay, Vittori does trip and fall on like the last couple of steps. It isn't as harmful as you thought it would be, but Vittori is somewhat freaked out and has now landed on the floor of the basement. Which the hat is also there.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
No, no,
Great
Ophelia. So that's a great start.
You know,
And
and so we'll wait and see what happens to Vittori in a minute. Now we go to Adara. With the purple sword.
Yeah, so she's like smashing up the laboratory bit to like see if anything's there, and then like she doesn't see anything. Would she? Here's the thing. Would she? Do you think she would still try and like go out back to chop some wood, or do you think she would like I don't know, either stay here or like go to like see if there's a bathroom to see if she can like wash some of this off?
I think maybe she would possibly go try and see Shy.
Okay. Shy, what the fuck?
I
know
love
this
how
is-
everyone else is having a hard time, and Shy's just like moisturized, unbothered, in my lane.
Yep. It's like nothing is as distracting to Shy as a bunch of books.
Like
I will-
Shy.
I will say, you all have built up some malevolent points. Remember, you can use those.
Oh, I thought you were talking about malevolent, as in the stat, rather
thought you
than
meant the-
malice.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are different things.
Oh, you mean malice?
Yeah.
Malice.
Because malice is beneficial to us. Malevolency is like their affinity for noticing what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, I have been meaning to say I mixed up malice and malevolence
That's
because
okay. I'll
they
let
both
my
start with
malice.
mal.
Yeah. Should we just say we have equal amounts of malice and malevolence unless, we fail to roll and assumably
Yeah, it's like every time you fail a roll, you should automatically get a malice point.
Ah, okay.
So you should have malice points already. Let's say everyone has 4 malice
Okay.
points so far.
Yeah,
I think that's about.
my maleficence.
Cool.
Here's a question. You told me that I would need a bit of malice to possess Adara. How much malice would that be?
10 points.
Okay,
And
so
other ghosts can give you malice as well.
okay.
Yes. What is that called? It's called like giving up the ghost or something that you.
Yeah,
Stop,
That's
give up the
that's just
ghost.
something else. But I
You want
guess
something else?
that's something that Adara is though.
Yeah, I will give you all of my malice if you want that. So then you'll
How
have
much malice do you have?
I have 4. We all have 4, right?
We all have 4.
Yeah, I gave you all 4, so.
Then you'll have 8.
I still need 2 more points.
I can't help you. I'm in the basement.
Oh, I'm in the basement too. I just assumed I could psychically sense give it to you.
I think.
Yo, I got Venmo'd for mouth.
I mean, it doesn't say you can't.
This is some Beetlejuice.
That
ass
works if we
music
could do
right
that.
here.
I mean, I'll allow it. I mean, you all know each other and have been living in this house for a long time. You all
We have roommates.
know
And they were roommates.
they were
So
roommates.
I need malice. I still need 2 more.
Well, one of the things I would like to do while I'm sitting down in my basement is that while if Vittori goes to check out the hat that is on the ground and figure out if Ophelia just like disappeared into thin air, I would like the edges of the cloak to kind of like brush against her side as if there is someone touching her on her arms and legs while she's like looking at this.
Yay!
Ooh, I like it.
Thank you.
Let's go for a present scare. Love that.
Neither of those is a success, so we're living. I love that.
You get more malice.
I do. Which is, which is a vibe.
And the house gets a roll.
Yep.
All right, the house is sympathetic to you. So I'm going to give the Vorpal sword a malice point.
Hey.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say give the Vorpal sword a knife.
A knife?
Yes.
No!
Yeah, because that would make sense. I mean, it would be scary, but would it make
Knife
sense?
takes the end.
There's only thing one scarier than one knife. 2 knives.
It is a totally normal hat.
Yes.
So
I is a totally normal hat. I is a totally normal cloak. Just puts me on. I will not strangle you or smother you.
No worries.
yeah, that's a tag that comes with them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, the house is annoyed that the Threes didn't do basic maintenance.
Yeah, they just will look for
Listen.
jam.
I mean, come on. They could have dusted, they could have cleaned up the pipes, maybe checked out the stove. I mean, really now.
With Adara going to the study, I think that, like, I'm imagining that, like, Shai is just, like, really into a book. And I think that, like, to shake things up a bit, I think I am going to, like, have some of the books, like, flooded, fall to the ground as Adara is entering, so that, like, Shai turns her head, looks towards the doorway, and just sees this Adara covered in, like, this weird slime, holding a sword.
I love this.
Damn, girl, you live like this?
A roll, please.
That is a single success.
Okay, so I'm going to say a single book falls, but Chai definitely still looks annoyed as she looks up at Adara and is just like, you are not breaking all of that stink into this room. What happened to you? What the fuck? And Adara is just like, there's something wrong. There's something spooky. I nicked Ophelia. She, I don't think it was me, but I just tripped and something happened. Something. And Shai's just like, huh. And what were you doing when you tripped? And she's just like, well, I was kind of making a mess of the kitchen and like chopping things. There were bits of stuff all over the floor, but that is not why I tripped. I know what you're thinking. Yep. So they are arguing in the library right now.
Beautiful.
Love it.
This house is currently an argument and also like a Vittori in the basement.
Yes.
Oh.
While Vittoria is in the basement, one of the things I would like to have is I would like to try to have the cloak lure Vittoria over toward like the shelves of preserves and stuff, and then if I can, when they get there, I would like some of them to break. I would like some of them to break instantaneously.
Yeah!
I love it! Let's do it.
Okay.
And then Vittoria that study also comes in a different line.
Okay, 2 of those are successes, and 2 of those are failures. Excuse me.
Okay. So, I'd say the cloak, successfully gets, like, snagged on things and works Vittori over to the wall of preserves. 1 or 2 of the jars break. Vittori is a bit startled and just loses her footing a bit, but doesn't go down. Just is still trying to make her way across the basement, looking for the hole that Ophelia dropped through.
There's the hole made for Ophelia.
Yes, this
Ophelia's
is my
hole.
It was made for me. Yep.
As she's unsteady on her feet, and some jam has broken, I just want to pump up the smell of that jam and make it kind of overpowering. And then make the ground difficult terrain, as it were, to make her feel like she's actually wading through jam. The floor is jam.
I love it.
Whoa.
The floor is jam. Okay, roll.
My brain just went, oh yeah, put Vittoria in a jam. Ha ha ha. Love it.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, Vittoria definitely feels like she's wading through jam and is kind of concerned by how much jam is down here. Yeah, so I'd say that is definitely unnerving to Vittori.
This basement is so haunted. Like, the most haunted part of this house.
I
Yeah,
think you're
it's like
confusing the words haunted with delicious. Some
Yeah.
floors are
This house is
lava.
one
I
big
think it's delicious.
Ophelia's floor is jam.
Which is
Idara
fantastic.
and Shai hear from the study Vittori suddenly shout from the basement, "The basement's haunted!"
It's crossbow. The basement's haunted.
While Vittoria is trying to get around the basement, if I can, I would like to kind of twist the cloak around her so she gets kind of turned around and she doesn't know what she's doing.
Oh, yes. Go for it.
Okay. I don't know which one you want me to use for this, presence or lure.
Let's do lore.
Okay. Trisket, no, don't attack! Don't attack your mom! Guys, please. Okay, it's again 2 successes, 2 failures, split down the middle.
Okay. I'm gonna make a roll for the house because I want to. Ooh. Another helpful thing. Okay. I'm going to give the Vorpal Sword another malice point.
Yay!
Can you,
This would
Jess,
raise
I
me
need
to
another
10,
link.
but Jess did point out that apparently you can only give 1 point of malice, but it is up to you if you want to retcon that or not.
Yeah, like we can only give one to each other during helping.
Well, but I thought the house could.
Oh, the house can. Just I gave Vittori 4. I gave Vittori.
Oh,
I gave,
yeah, so like...
Oh,
If
okay.
you don't rescind it, then I'm at 10 malice and can possess Adara, but if you do rescind it, then she's at 6 malice, basically.
I think we're gonna do it this way because we weren't using malice points as intended in the beginning, and so
Got
that
it.
kind of caught us back up. But from here on out, we would only be exchanging 1 malice point.
Alright.
Okay.
So, basically, you hear, like, Shy and Adara here, the basement's haunted, and, like, you know, there's, like, a moment where they think, you know, maybe we should check out, maybe that's how, you know, we defeat this house. But, like, before they can, like, the sword, like, gains enough malice to, like, finally repossess Adara, because remember, this is the ghost that originally possessed Adara. And, like, she's in the doorway of the study. So she has, like, a hard way of, like, getting out as Adara attacks Shy.
Yes!
Yep, I say go for it.
Yeah!
Oh, lovely.
That is... I rolled 3 ones, I kid you not. That is a single success. Adara is still fighting that strong.
Aww.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like after the first time, she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that the sword, like, is kind of puppeting Adara, so that it's really obvious that Adara is possessed by the sword.
Yeah.
And it nicks Shy, but it's not a very grievous wound. But the fact that you have possessed Adara, you get another point of malice, because Adara, we gave Adara a point of malice.
Before. So I still have malice, baby.
And I'm also going to say that the turnaround in the basement was enough that Vittori saw the exit and was just rushing for the exit. If the cloak wants to fall off of Vittori at that time, I will allow it. But
Yes.
Vittori's now exiting the house.
Yep.
So now we just have Adara and Shy.
And Adara's
Shy's just been
possessed.
attacked by Adara.
Yeah. Fight.
Oh no,
Again,
but Shy
I
is
was
really
in the chat,
good
and I'm
at
like-
ghosts.
And I'm like, baby
Yeah.
fight.
I'm going to say Shy is going to try
Turn on dead.
and banish the ghost from Adara, but she has to get close enough to do so. So I'm going to say make another attack roll, and we'll see if Shy can get close enough to banish the ghost.
That is another single success. My dice are loving rolling ones gun.
Okay,
I'm rolling
I'm
5
going.
dice yet.
If I can help in some way here, I would like to make it so that the kind of like the it feels like there is like something, whether it's like cold air or noise or something, that is trying to draw Shy's attention away from the fact that Adara is swinging on her, to try to keep her from completely focusing on what she's doing.
Pointed out of the corner of her eye, Shy sees a really good book.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you knock on the floor of the
Knock, knock,
library, since you are in the basement, and that would distract Shy long enough to completely fail in trying to banish Adara. That having been done, Shy's going to try running and luring Adara outside.
Hey, Cloak.
So Shy,
how about you and me
yes.
run up those stairs and go,
Yes.
ooh, don't come back.
I was gonna say, if I could, I was even gonna try to, like, trip Shy on her way out the door.
Ooh.
So mean.
It's also just like, no, thank you.
Oh, Dad, if only, like, I assume that the door is part of the house and not, like, an object we can possess, but imagine if we just, like, don't let the door hit you on the way out!
I'm sure you could have the door just swing.
I'm going to have all three of you make an attack roll.
Like, just make
Just
Shy
not- this is
think
not
that
an
the
attack roll.
books are on fire. She'll be traumatized.
Oh.
Okay, I got a success on that with trying to trip Shy as she leaves.
Oh.
Got one success.
See, yeah, that is another singular success. I keep on rolling triple ones.
I mean, I'm only rolling 2 dice on every roll, so
I have 2 for this.
yeah, I'm getting 1 success each time, so it's not so bad.
I'm going to say Shy trips right at the door, manages to fall outside of it, and is just kind of like staring back inside. Do you allow Adara's body to like trip out, or are you keeping Adara inside the house as a possessed body?
Ooh.
I'm gonna let Vittori. I'm gonna let Draz make that decision.
So basically, I think, like, wait, Shy is now out of the house, or is she, like, still partially in the house?
Shy is right outside of the house.
Okay. I think, like, Adara, like, makes one more swing, and then, like... Oh, actually, I think the Vorpal sword, like, makes a swing like this, so that, like, Adara is, like, moving her body forward, but her sword arm is now, like, behind her. So, like,
yeah.
while it's happening, like, the sword flings out of her hand, so she falls out of the house while the sword is now flung back inside the house.
Yeah, it's like when people try to throw axes and they actually accidentally let go when they're, like, going back for it instead of going forward.
Yes, I love that. And then the door slams shut behind Adara. The door to the basement also slams shut behind Vittori. And it looks like the house's upper windows glow like eyes for a moment. And all of the Threeflings hear sinister laughter in 3 different tones. And they decide that they're just going to leave the house alone for a bit longer. They'll need to muster some items and other things in order to deal with this specific haunted house. If they decide to come back here, they might decide to just, have an actual haunted house that they could just open for parties, and that will be it.
Yes, a haunted house that tried to kill them. Open for parties.
Yep.
I could say that this is also why the house gets moved closer to the village, so if it happens again, then at least they're not just, like, out in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
I love that there's a big circle around that house just to, like, prevent demons from escaping. Well, fully fledged.
Bear circle.
So this was Bring Down the House by Charles Jamie Linton. You can find it on Itch. What did you all think?
Shouldn't we leave that for the Patreon behind the scenes?
Yeah, find out more. I mean, I had a
Find
blast,
out more.
but find out more on our behind-the-scenes Patreon episode, which we're gonna go shoot.
Do we have a video? Do we have a link for this game if people want to?
I
I found a link.
I questioned in chat.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
thank
yeah,
you.
if someone want to play this game, there it is.
We had fun.
Yep. Basically, if you want a spooky, fun, short game, we didn't play it exactly rule-specific, and we did take liberties with the items that the spirits inhabited, because we wanted this to be more Threef specific, so we used magical items that were found in our game that we thought were fun. So kind of build your own game around what your perfect haunted house would be.
Also,
It's your perfect haunted house. Let us know.
Also, did you like us playing small little indie games? Because guess what? We're gonna do that some more coming up.
Forever.
So if you have games that you want us to play, or if you're a writer and you have a game that you want us to play,
hit us up
on Twitter. We might hit us up. We might figure something out with you.
Yeah.
And so, in closing, we should say where we can find all these wonderful people. So, Jess, where can we find you?
Hey, that's me! I have a lot of things that I'm doing this week. Let me put on the happy music first. There's some happy music. I just threw a Twitter on there. I need to change what Threeflings is on there, but that's me. Thank you so much for joining us for this Halloween episode. Thank you for Zan for running it. Stick around because we're going to do a raid and we're going to do our behind the scenes episode. But I have a whole lot of Halloween-y stuff that is happening. So this tomorrow, Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm running Oops All Draculas, which, if you remember, was our Halloween special last year and a game that I wrote over on Girls Run These Worlds. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be on the Scribe Mind channel, which is Ashley Warren, the creative mind behind Uncaged. I'm going to be talking about writing for RPGs at like noon Pacific, so like 3 Eastern, and then that night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on Phoenix Iwaki's channel playing, my little cat necromancer. So, and then next Saturday, I'll tell you now, I'm running a pillion for a big charity thing. So check that out, because I'm going to be yelling about it everywhere. So it's going to be Baby Dragons time. And we look forward to seeing you in December when we are playing Cryptids Inc. Hey, Inc! Who are you? Where can we find you?
Every time! This happens every time we have a meeting. Hi, my name is Inc. You can find me on Twitter at TheseDeadPens, where I meme and scream and I do a bunch of other things. The screaming is now topical because it's Halloween season. The only things I have to promote is that I did art for the last volume of Uncaged. I also did art for the upcoming second volume of the Unbreakable Anthology that will be coming out, as well as one that will supplement for the D&D 5e system, which will be a separate thing. If you are interested in seeing my work, I'm sure you can go to my Twitter and there will be links for everything, including commissions and other things I've opened. Also, for those of you that live in the United States, next week is the general election, so if you do not have a voting plan, consider making one.
Draz, where can we find you? Who are you?
You can find me on Twitter at Brazilian, where I post art because all of the writing that I do is usually under NDA.
Yay. Yummy.
And a huge thank you to our wonderful GM tonight, Zan. Who are you? Where can we find you?
Zan!
Hi, I'm Zan Larson on the internet, also known as Pale White Rabbit on Twitter and Instagram. And I also have an online store site which has some Threeflings-based merch and prints of my illustrations, and also tea strainer charms, because I love tea, and I always wanted to do them. So, if you also love tea, you could have a cute tea strainer charm.
Heck yeah. Well, this has been a wrap on the characters of the Threeflings officially. Thank you for joining our Halloween special. And we are going to go raid the Lady Dame. She is doing a Halloween special for charity and doing a My Immortal one-shot. And, I friggin' love My Immortal. So let's go give her some Threefy love. And we're going to go shoot our behind-the-scenes Patreon episode. So happy Halloween. Be safe. Have fun. Look out, I know they're putting, Cusco's poison and all sorts of other things in candy. I hear they're putting...
Each that makes you old.
Each that makes you old! The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria.
So, have a wonderful time of day, and we will see you next month. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.